Take our windlass, crank this essentially until we can't get any more out of it.
You start cranking it till you get nothing else out of it. You can see that it's not very comfortable for Brad.
One more should do.
Violence destroys. Weaponizing is the counter strategies to violent criminal assault. Hey, I'm Greg LaBeouf, aka The Violence Guy, and I'm sharing with you how I went from the victim of a brutal attempted murder to mastering the tool of violence and protecting myself and family, and how you can do the same from the safety and comfort of your own home. Welcome to Weaponizing DIY.
I have Keegan, who is one of our members, and he is ex-military as well as a paramedic. And I'm going to have him show you and take you through some simple steps. It's really a universal concept, but how to properly put on a tourniquet.
Okay, so we're going to be applying a tourniquet here to Brad's right arm. We'll assume he's got a serious bleed. First thing you want to do is control the bleeding, obviously with direct pressure. Best way to do that, because you're going to need your hands free. You use an extra limb. I like my knee. Right in there.
So how much pressure are you actually putting down on that wound right now?
You have to use a substantial amount.
Okay, so you got a lot of your body weight down on his arm?
Yeah, it's probably good 30%.
Okay, and that is that directly on the wound or above the wound?
You want to be above the wound if you can. If you have to be on the wound, so be it.
Okay.
Tourniquet here. You always want to go high.
So tourniquet wraps high above the wound.
As close to the body as you can. A mistake that occurs often here is people don't go tight enough. So you
Okay.
really want to cinch that down as tight as you can.
So now you're just cinching the tourniquet, right? Before you even crank on it or anything, you're just cinching it in nice and tight.
Cinch it in nice and tight. We're going to take our windlass, crank this essentially until we can't get any more out of it.
You start cranking it till you get nothing else out of it. You can see that it's not very comfortable for Brad.
One more should do it. Make sure that stays on. And across the top.
So now he's
Nice
got it
and
locked
secure.
in.
I can't fit anything underneath there.
So you're checking to make sure no fingers can get in behind there, anything like that?
Absolutely.
It's above the wound, no fingers get on, and you cranked it super tight. Is there a risk of going too tight?
There is not. You want to control the bleed, so you have to go with a lot of pressure. Especially if you do it on a leg, there's a lot of tissue there.
Okay.
So you have to go tight.
Go tight.
Go
Perfect.
high, go tight.
Okay, now I've also heard too, is there any worry about how long that tourniquet stays on that arm or that leg or that limb?
There's been studies done. You can go up to 8 hours with the tourniquet on before you'll have any neurocompromise.
Perfect. So you have a big window, so we shouldn't be worrying about that in most circumstances.
No.
You'll receive medical attention well within the 8 hours. And again, you know, just to make sure we're going real simple in this, the whole purpose of the tourniquet is to do what?
It's to control the bleed, limit blood loss.
Blood loss, right? Because is there different stages of blood loss, hemorrhages?
Yep, there's 4 stages of hemorrhage. Obviously one being the least serious, 4 being the most. Once you get to 4, you've lost about 20% of your circulating volume, and that's very detrimental to perfusion of organs. And
Gotcha. So number one thing in any most trauma situations is to what? Manage
the bleed, stop
the
bleed.
bleed, stop the bleed. And this increases our odds of survival dramatically, correct?
Absolutely. Okay, pull now.
Now pull down.
Pull down.
There
we
we go.
go.
Now I feel it. Now hook it tight so it stays tight. Good. Okay, now step 2.
All right, you're gonna twist.
Crank away, kiddo. Let's see how much you can get. 1, 2. Oh yeah, that's feeling good. Crank it.
Can you get,
Oh,
Yeah.
now Dad's feeling it.
can you get one more now?
Oh, you turkey, that's it. There it is.
There we go.
Now you gotta hook that where?
Gotta hook that in there.
Oh,
Crank.
Crank it. Stop the bleeding, kid. You can do it. Tilt it up. See if, there you go. Now see if you can hook that end in
You're
here.
so close, Naya. So close. Gotta get it across this.
Lift that end up. That's it. Yes. Yes. Oh. Keep going. Practice.
That's the hard part.
Yeah, you can do it. There you go. Brilliant.
There we go.
Make sure it's tucked in. There you are. And wrapped it so that it couldn't pop out. Great job.
See how she did. Oh yeah. There's no way getting anything under
No,
there.
it sure feels tight. All right, perfect. So listen again, guys. Let's take a little, make sure
Oh yeah, you're good.
no blood coming through. I've got no pulse. That
No
arm is
pulse.
officially dead. Right? Bart saved my life. Do this with your kids. It's fun for them to crank that on your arm. Don't. But it teaches them one thing, that in a crisis, they can help. They know where the medical equipment is. Remember, with tourniquets, if you don't bring it to the fight, it doesn't get to the fight. So make sure we've got the right equipment, everybody. All right, that's it, everybody. Until next time, as always, thank you, Keegan. Thank you, Naya. And everybody, stay safe.